All right, so what we want to talk about today is the psoas, and more specifically how to actually release your psoas. So psoas is a muscle, if you guys remember, if we explained to you at all in the strength room, actually attaches to your femur and runs to your back. It's one of the few muscles that attaches your lower half to your upper half, and because of that, it causes a lot of issues. So if it gets tight, you might get some back pain, you might get some hip limitations. If it gets kind of shut off because of asymmetry from one side to the other, then you tend to compensate in other areas. So today we're going to show you some ways to release it. Usually you need a therapist, massage therapist, someone to get in there, and if you've ever had it released, it's quite painful. But we're going to show you some ways to do it yourself so you can kind of dictate the amount of pressure, tension, and discomfort you're okay with. So a few things we have here, obviously foam roller. Everyone should have a foam roller. The way we are going to utilize this is we're actually going to use this side of this. So if you are trying to roll, you're going to be here. We're going to get a little angle here. We're going off the side of this foam roller. I'm going to show it this way. So you're here. You're going to go right into the psoas. So if you do a crunch, kind of try to contract your abs, you'll feel it right in the side. So it's where you can actually palpate and get in there. So we're going to be on top of that, grinding it out. And anytime we're trying to get a muscle to release, we actually want to mimic the action of that muscle. So for our psoas, that is going to be hip flexion. So I'm bringing it up, bring it back down. If I can get a little internal, external rotation here, we can find a spot. If I really want to increase it, I stretch the psoas in this position, which is going to bring my arm out and try to work through the range of motion that way. All right, to get the other side, I would simply switch this around, get into there, and drive through the other side. Some other things you can utilize if you really love some pain and you want to get after it, you can utilize a lacrosse ball, and then you're going to want some weight with this. So for this, we're going to use a kettlebell. You can use a dumbbell to kind of smash it into the end that way as well. So we're going to be here, laying down. Again, we're going to find that psoas. So if you're doing a crunch, it's right to the side. Get in that way. You can finagle this, work it around, and then from this position, obviously, try to get to that range of motion again. God, that thing's brutal. And then keep working around. And you can move this up and down. If you go too low, you're going to start to get into your hip bone, some other stuff. And don't worry about kind of your stomach and intestines. They usually tend to move out of the way. But if you do have any discomfort that you don't feel like is muscular, it's probably fair to go ahead and stop. The other option you could also use, right, is we're going to get just the kettlebell itself. So this is, we're going to get that handle right into where that area is. And again, I want to be able to bring my leg up, back through it, and work through that psoas range of motion. The other option, other things you can utilize, is just a dumbbell. So if you Google psoas release online, you'll see people are making devices that kind of get both of them at the same time. If you look at it, it looks very similar to this, right? So we're going to get here, lay on it. It's literally going to hit right where our psoas is on both sides. And now we can start working around through here. Again, trying to work one side at a time, take it through the full range of motion, bring that leg up, back out, the other side too. If you have one available, something that might be a little better because it's not as firm, this is a pool weight, right? A pool dumbbell weight, so we use them here in therapy. Lay on that as well. Same thing, I can roll around, fish side to side, try to find those psoas, and work through that way. So you can kind of get creative, find other things that'll probably work for you. I've seen people use dowels with tennis balls at the end of them, wedge them into a corner, get in there that way. You can get some more mobility, some more leg movement because you're standing. But basically kind of figure out what works for you and go from there. But either way, get after the psoas. Thanks.